Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to this message. It's good to see you. And if you're new here, welcome. I always like to give a little heads up before I start my readings. They might not be what you're used to from other readers. They are quite unique, can be quite a deep dive, and tend to be what I like to call a journey. So if you like to dig deep and like to get to the core of things, you're in the right place. I decided today to do something a little bit different because I was a lot in contact with my ancestors over the last few weeks. They were helping me out a lot. And sorry, still working on those third chakra issues in the collective. I can still feel it. And okay, yeah. So what I wanted to do was to open this reading up and to connect with a few ancestors who want to bring through a message for you, kind of like a thank you offering to my own ancestors, and to give the opportunity to other ancestors who maybe have a message for you and want to reach you. And I can tell like that was the cuffing. They're eager to speak, they're eager to come through. And so yeah, I feel like I need to ground for this one and get a bit out of the way. So I will tune in for that more than usually. Yeah, and I'm asking my own ancestors for support and my spirit guides, calling in the 4 elements to support and guide me, the fire to burn away the pride of my ego, the water to clear my senses and my channel, the wind to blow away distractions and give me clarity, and the earth to ground me and share its wisdom. Thank you. All right. So I get something about stars, about star watching. I see a little boy standing in a field with one of those huge telescopes that you use to watch stars. That might be significant. And I see something like it looks like a grandfather figure. It's a very loving, calm male presence. Could be a father as well. And it's the feeling of like very good memories. And I see a shooting star. Maybe you've been watching the night sky and shooting stars, and I hear make a wish. So there's something about maybe, so either that one, they were telling you like, yeah, every shooting star you see is a wish. And they always like supported you in following your dreams, your wishes. And there's something about, I wish I could have supported you more. Maybe he had to leave earlier than he wanted to, and he wished oh wow, I get really emotional about that one. Wow. Yeah, okay, so there's something about like, he wished he could have been there longer, to support you more, but now he's trying to do that from the other side, and he's seeing you struggling. Okay, so he wants to share something with you. He's struggling with something. Okay, what are you struggling with? What are you struggling with? So there's a sense of indecision, like you keep shuffling your cards. Young Peace card and why. So I hear like there's like this burning question. There is a burning question here. And like you need to find peace with that, or you want to find peace with that, or you need to find peace with that in order to move into that young energy, the active energy, this indecision I was talking about. So you need to find clarity in something in order to find your peace and to come into action. And there's something you don't see because these two fell on the table in reverse. And it's a change in the wind in reverse and deep knowing. Again, like there's the moon here, and it's this, there is something about the love of the stars or the night sky in general. Maybe there's like, it feels like there's a passion there, and that you, like he wants you to follow that passion. And he's saying that that change you're waiting for, you're looking for, is actually closely connected to that passion of yours that you have. Okay, I'm also like, now I'm drawn to a package of cookies I have sitting like over there on the counter. What is this about? I'm not sure if there's something else that's coming through, or someone else that's coming through. If you're someone else, please can you just step back for a moment and yeah, okay. It was someone else. We'll get to you. We'll get to you. Let us finish this one, please. Okay, back to that night sky thing. Yeah, so there's something you really love doing about, like with the stars and with the So, okay, there's something about this deep knowing card and like with the inner wisdom and the owl that I feel like you're asked to combine something like more of an like astronomy, like more of a scientific approach, and in combination with with something that is, I get the feeling of like that is maybe not as scientific, but it's still related to the stars. For example, like astrology, which is seen as a pseudoscience, science, pseudoscience. Oh, I get something about gene keys. That's interesting. Maybe you want to look into that. Or you already know about it. I don't know. It's just coming through. Okay, and there's also there's something about like abundance, about wealth, that you will find wealth when you like follow your passion, follow your dream. And just this ancestor is he's here to tell you that like he wants to support you with this. Is there more about this burning question? I hear no, like you know what it is. You know what it is. Okay. Okay, thank you. You're stepping back. All right, so let's get to the cookies. And I feel like the coffee. I already got an inkling before I started the reading, because I thought about like that the accommodation I'm in right now, they do have like a filter coffee machine. And for me, that is like the way my parents and grandparents used to make coffee. So there's something about that. And with the cookies as well, it's a grandmotherly spirit here, and then, like, there's a warmth to it. But also a bit of like impatience, like how she like tried to get in, and like, yeah, this impatient, like, hello, can you please feed? Not pushy, but sometimes those. Oh, okay. So this is like maybe a nonna, like an Italian grandmother. Like also with the coffee, like I get something about mocha, like those Italian espresso machines that you put on the stove. Um, Maybe she was well known for her cookies. Oh, there's so much love there. There's so much love there. So she was always there to hold together the family, or she was trying to. And there seems to be some kind of concern. Like, it feels like maybe she's concerned about you hermiting away too much. There's some deep emotions here. They are making me shaky. And so, okay, there's something about over rationalizing, like finding reasons for like, because I just thought, well, okay, I'm getting shaky, maybe it's the coffee. So looking for external reasons why you feel something. But like, when I'm honest to myself, like, I know the difference, like how I feel shaky from coffee and how I feel shaky when I pick up on someone's emotions or energies. So there's some kind of emotion that you are like some okay, so there's a bodily reaction you have, and it's actually some kind of emotion that is being suppressed or ignored or like brushed over, and you are trying to rationalize it with oh, it's something I ate, or maybe I just got a cold. I get something about like sitting in a draft. Like, you have a stiff neck, and then you're just telling yourself, well, maybe I just sat somewhere where there was a draft or something like that. So she wants you to be aware of like the connection between the mind and the body more, and especially your emotions. And again, like, she's concerned about you like pulling away from everyone. You saw me shuffle, right? I realized. Okay. That might be why she like stepped in, because these two cards again. I've really shuffled. Okay. And we also have by the book in the middle. It's kind of orderly here. Like, everything is neat and orderly. Maybe she was someone who likes to have things in order. Do things by the book. Okay, do you get something about like she feels like she did things too much, like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. This is what I have to do as a mother, a woman, a wife, whatever. So she was living by the book, um, doing everything for the family. Um, and she had to hold, like, she had to make sure that things were working, and I guess someone had to do it. Maybe her husband, like maybe she didn't get a lot of support. I get something like I had I had I had 4 children instead of 3. I mean, the number could be random, or I get it like sometimes I get the details mixed up. But like what she's trying to say is like that her husband was maybe a bit like a big child himself. I see a man sitting in his chair and just, like our grandparents' generations, like it was still like that. And she was like doing like all the work and taking care of everything and everyone and just like keeping it together, keeping it together. I get this very, very strong feeling of like I just had to keep it together. And so she sometimes, I feel like she, so she was clinging on to certain structures, like external structures, get something about religion, like living by certain like community guidelines. And with that card again, so this is speaking to me about the feminine, and it's like because like these two are lying. Um, there's something about distance. There's something about so she got distanced from her in from her inner feminine, like a true feminine, like her wisdom, her deep inner knowing, like this deep feminine moon energy, because she had to go so much into that yang energy, into that overly masculine energy, because like she had to. And so she was separated through that living like by the book. And here I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And oh, okay, now I'm getting where she's going with that. Again, oh wow, a lot of emotions. She feels like she pushed you away from your family because there was like this, like almost like a rigidity put in place, and like there was no room for being different, like not not living by the book. And so she feels like she pushed you out. She pushed you away from the family because you are not someone who's living by the book. Um, and there's a lot of pride. She's proud. She's very proud of you because she can see it, that you are actually like following your, what I would call the North Star. Like you're following your own guidance, like you're following your own star. But at the same time, she's like, yeah, like she's concerned about you hermiting away too much. Okay. So is there something that you want to... She wants you to know that she's there, and that she wants to help you. Again, they always want to help us. We just have to let them. She wants to help you, and she's asking for, like, but the thing is with like ancestral help, like we need to meet them in some way. Like she wants to be there with you, but she can't because she's in spirit. And so there's like this, again, she feels separated from you. So what you can do is give her an offering before you go to bed. Maybe light a candle. So yeah, fire, candles, they give them energy. I like to put out water, or some of my ancestors, they wanted tea. Well, you know her best. Maybe coffee, or a glass of milk. Get something about milk, and a cookie. And I'm sorry because I just got something about, like, it's something personal. It just came, like I just had a realization. I just need to. Sometimes it happens, right? Suddenly you get like, holy shit. That was just a connection for me. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So she's just asking you to give her some offerings, and so that she can connect with you and also ask for help. She can only interfere and she can only help you when you give her the permission to help. Okay. Those all felt very specific. We have time for a few more, depending on how intense they get. Okay, I get something about a whirlwind and a quirky energy. Little whirlwind. There's something about like being asked to slow down a bit. Maybe someone was asked to slow down when they were a child, or I do see a little girl just, I hear whirling and twirling. I keep hearing my little whirlwind. And there's a lot of love here. There's like someone looking at that little whirlwind with like loving eyes and like a lot of affection. And at the same time, like, slow down, honey, slow down. Like you, there seems like, like this tendency to rush into things, maybe. See like a bit of like a chaos. Okay, there's something about the need for structure. even if it's like your own structure. Like, it doesn't have to be rigid. It doesn't have to be by the book. But there's like you are asked to find your own structure. Yeah, here, like with the Crown of Coins, which is the King of Pentacles, it's like moving forward in the world in a very like in your own way, but in a grounded way, and there is the element of structure to it. Sorry. So this is where you want to go. This is where you want to, there's the desire to get there. But yeah, with the Five of Wands in reverse here, there's a bit of a volatile energy here. Like, I do see them as like burning, what is it called? Straw, I think so. Like, it's burning down really, really slow, fast. So there's this element of like being passionate about something, and then, but it's like a straw fire, and it's just like poof, and it's gone. And it seems like you feel like you need to fight against something that's outside of yourself when, and that's always the thing with the fives. Like, we are looking outside of ourselves and we think we need to fight something, especially with the Five of Wands. We're like in this fighting energy, and we're like, the world is against us. And you're actually asked to look like I hear the predator is inside of yourself. It sounds like a harsh thing to say, but it's actually, it's the truth. It's what is meeting us outside of ourselves as something that is fighting us. It's mirroring back to us a fight inside of ourselves. The universe is mirroring back to us what's present in ourselves. So this is what the fives actually are talking about. So there is this, like, look what you're fighting against inside of yourself. And you can use whatever you are experiencing in the outside world, that, like, if there's someone meeting you with resistance, for example, and you get annoyed by that, or you feel like you have to fight against it, see it as a mirror, see it as something, like a teacher. It's something that wants to teach you something about yourself, and look inside of yourself where you are resisting that energy inside of yourself. And what you are embodying in order to counter it. Because there's always two sides of a coin. There's always a polarity. So when we have those very, very strong conflicts, there usually is a polarity at play. So if someone is meeting you with rigidity, for example, and you are rebelling against it, then that is like the two polarities fighting against each other, and they are symbolizing a fight that is happening inside of yourself. And because you are probably suppressing the more structured here, like the more structured part, the one that is bringing order into chaos, you are embodying the chaos. So what you're asked to do is to find the balance inside yourself, and then the outside will adjust accordingly. And I can speak from my own experience. It's amazing how you don't have to go into a lot of conflict anymore if you actually work on those parts inside yourself, because I've experienced that over and over and over again, that suddenly resistance that was kind of like meeting me in the outside world, when I resolved the conflict inside of myself, suddenly it almost like just poof disappeared. Like and if it doesn't, it means that there's still like more work to do. This is what the fives can teach us, especially like the five of wands. With the seven of vessels or seven of cups here, there is quite the dreamer energy, and it feels like that like you are in the state of like dreaming and having all those ideas, and they are brilliant ideas. But if you cannot ground it in, if you cannot find the energy, like this straw fire is burning a whole lot of energy, but it's not getting you anywhere. So if you like have all those dreams and ideas, but you do not have the energy and the groundedness to follow through, then those will stay ideas and dreams. And I do see you moving into this King of Pentacles, but in order to be able to do that, because you needed to bring your ideas into life, there's this this fighting energy that you have to resolve, this conflict that you are met with in your life to resolve. And this is like I said, it's an internal conflict. It's the conflict between your own chaos energy and the more structured energy that you are resisting. And with the Two of Wands reversed, this is indicating that you will be like kept in that, like it's kind of as if you are, I see this as like a fast moving sphere, and it's creating this whirlwind energy again, and it's moving between those two like between those two bundles of straw. And there's something about the blockage because it's also in reverse. So the Two of Wands is it's like this moment where you are actually in this pause before like a huge journey is like, before you're stepping into a journey or like on your journey. And it seems like there's something that gets blocked as long as you haven't resolved those opposing forces inside of yourself. And it's kind of interesting because the two messages before, they were very like personal, and this one feels very abstract. So I feel like you are someone, or maybe the ancestor who's coming through like was someone who liked to like be in like more theoretical, like very abstract thinker. Yeah, I get something about glass. It's like a philosopher, like someone who liked to study. And it feels like you had that in common, that you were both interested in those kind of things. But it also feels like that this ancestor, I do get a male presence, but at the beginning I thought it was more female. So could be either. But there's like the scholarly, more masculine oriented way of living and thinking and working, the structured kind of thing. And I do get a lot of like this chaos feminine energy from you. Like you can be male or female, it doesn't matter. Like it's the polarities. And actually, I hear like creating order out of chaos. Actually, you are good at doing that. But like in order to be able to do that, you have to resolve that resistance against order. All right. Let's get one more, like a quick one. Is there someone with a quick message? Okay, so this feels like um, like a bit of an like nervously happy, like oh really, oh wow, I didn't expect that. Like it's like a surprise energy, like oh, I thought you were done. Okay, so this is someone who wasn't like really who didn't really like put themselves forward, and they were always kind of surprised when someone would let them have like the stage. And they were like, it's a very kind, it's a very like, it's a nice presence, a lovely, I'd say, like it's a lovely energy, very grateful. Oh yeah, someone who was like always grateful for the blessings they had, not asking for much. It feels like a feminine energy. There's something about like left this earth too early, and people were like, why has such a lovely person like that have to go so early? It's those moments where you really question like the fairness of life because they're just those people who have to leave. And I'm getting emotional again. Like this is like so strong here. This, how is that fair? How is that fair? Like a person like that who's like grateful and just lovely and loving and caring, and why did they have to leave? Wow, I'm getting really emotional here. It seems like this is a huge question maybe for you. Yeah, it like this is really oh wow. Okay, so I what I get is like they just want to say that they are okay and that everything went as it was supposed to. Like that was their soul's path, that was their journey. So there's something about that they actually like they chose to do that because they wanted to support you from between worlds, from the other side. And that was something that was already put in place before they were born. Like it was, if you believe in those kind of things, I'm phrasing it that way because this is how I get it. It's like you had a contract, you had a soul contract. Yeah, exchanging gifts. Like you had a contract, and so she's just happy, she's just grateful to be there on the other side to help you with whatever you're doing, because it's for a bigger cause, and it gives her the feeling of being part of that, of being able to be part of that bigger cause, that greater cause. It's all worth it, she's saying. It's all worth it. And she's saying, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I get to be with you all the time. Like, she's with you all the time. There's something about trees. Maybe you're sitting under trees. Listen for the wind in the trees and know it's me speaking to you. Something about ducks and flowers. And okay, so she's saying, like, she's everywhere. She's in nature around you, surrounding you. And if you listen, if you look, like, you can see her, you can feel her, you can hear her. And if you want to connect with her, maybe there's a spot where you like to go. Again, like, I do see this beautiful spot, like, with trees, where you can just sit and connect with nature. And she's saying, like, know that I'm there, and know that you can always connect in with me if you want to. And yeah, this is where you will find me. Like, you will find me in your heart. But if you need a space to, like, really, like, have, or maybe it was a space you shared. Again, there's something about coffee. Last card. Community. Yeah, so you see that giraffe and the baby giraffe. I see that, like, she like, again, she's saying, like, I'm there. Like, we are still a community, like, like, we're still connected, and I'm here and I'm looking out for you. And she's loving you so much. And she's thanking you. She's thanking you for doing what you're doing. And she's saying, please, please keep doing what you're doing. All right. That's it for today. I hope this finds you. I'm setting the intention that this message is going to find you whenever you need it. And thanks for being here. Thanks for connecting in, for holding space, also for the other messages that weren't meant for you. Yeah, that was a beautiful session. I loved it. I loved it. It was the first time that I did that on this channel. So yeah. Let me know if it resonated with you. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I would love to see you in the next message. Until then, take care, my loves. Bye.